Hello, I'm Edward Mortimer, Senior Vice President of the Salzburg Global Seminar, speaking to you from its historic headquarters at Schloss Leopoldskron in Salzburg, Austria, and telling you about a unique entertainment that we're planning for this coming New Year's Eve. Only, it won't be 2012 that we're ringing in, but 1929, the heyday of Max Reinhardt, the then owner of the Schloss and the most famous theatrical impresario of his day. Reinhardt bought the Schloss in 1918 and filled it with the most exquisite sculpture and furniture, and also the historic Venetian panelling in the room known still as the Venetian Room. It's that world of the Commedia dell'arte that will magically come to life if you're here on December the 31st. Here's Tim Norton, Artistic Director for the evening, to tell you more about it.
Built between 1736 and 1744 by the Prince Archbishop, the unique and magnificent Schloss Leopoldskron, situated on the side of a small lake on the outskirts of Salzburg, stands as one of the city's most beautiful and enchanting cultural landmarks. The Schloss has had a most remarkable history, but without question, it was during the 20 years when it was owned by the theatre director Max Reinhardt that it became, in his own words, one of the most beautiful, most alive shells in the world. Reinhardt was every bit the equal of the palace, matching its grandeur and opulence with his own flair for dramatic spectacle. When Leopoldskron became his home in 1918, Reinhardt set about not simply restoring the palace and its gardens to their 18th century splendour, but going much further and turning it into the breathtaking jewel box that we know today, bringing his eye for detail to every room, every light, every picture, building, designing and decorating with a sense of passion and excitement that you can still feel when you're here. And not only did Reinhardt fill the rooms with extraordinary treasures, but he populated the interiors with the world's most talented and influential writers, composers, musicians, artists, actors and thinkers. If you were anybody in the 1920s, Reinhardt invited you to come and stay. In 1926, Reinhardt employed the Berlin architect Alfred Breslauer to construct the beautiful library next to the Marble Hall, and in 1927 he was able to create the famous Venetian Room, consisting of precious wallpapers, gilded Rococo mirrors and frames to display the collection of paintings and etchings that illustrated the theatrical style he held most closely to his heart, the Commedia dell'arte. With its bold, colourful characters, its energy and its improvisational quality, it naturally appealed to Reinhardt's sense that one might feel that anything can happen once the performance begins. This new year, we want to take you back to 1928, to that night when Max Reinhardt threw open the doors of his freshly completed masterpiece, when the stucco had just dried, when every candle had been lit, Marlene Dietrich sang at the piano, Karajan played, Tilly Losch danced, when Lillian Gish charmed everybody, and when Schloss Leopoldskron was itself a stage set bustling with traffic and the only place of its kind in Europe. Many an exciting plan was conceived that night, many a career launched, many an intrigue set brewing, and many a love affair born and shattered. Will you join Max on a thrilling adventure and lose yourself in the fantasy of that night? We want you here when the glittering Venetian Room comes to life and the Schloss is once again populated with the fantastical figures of the Commedia dell'arte and the elegance of the 18th century. Will you incur the wrath of Captain Spavento, or help poor Arlecchino find true love? Who or what will you discover when you climb the grand staircase? Is that handsome young man just arrived from Hollywood going to break your heart? Or will it be that beautiful young woman, the toast of London society, that catches your eye and implores you to follow her through the rooms of the palace? Will you dare to put on a mask too, as we transport you back to that glamorous world? Who will be sitting next to you at a gala dinner in the Marble Hall? Who will partner you for dancing a gavotte, a minuet, a foxtrot, or a waltz? And who will be standing next to you on the balcony when the fireworks announce midnight and the new year of 1929? This New Year's Eve, for one performance only, you can be part of a unique theatrical performance that will take you back to the glamour of 1920s Hollywood and allow you to experience the elegance of the 18th century in one of the most beautiful Rococo palaces in Europe. You are invited to relive the dream of Max Reinhardt's Leopoldskron and tread the stage when every encounter assumes a touch of the dramatic, and in the true spirit of Commedia, Max Reinhardt and the palace, anything can and will happen.